right? So now that we got that out the way, like I said, I always recommend for people to trade on their demo account. If you want to take these trades, use demo. If you decide to trade with live money, do it at your own risk and make sure you use proper risk management. All right, so the first thing we're gonna go over.
This broadcast is brought to you by Bold People Get Rich. For more investing knowledge, be sure to visit www.bpgrinc.com.
We had our drop, we had another pullback, and now we had another drop that broke structure on the downside. So now what we're paying attention to are these lows over here to the left. Now we're targeting these lows, so we're looking for sales at this point.
This broadcast is brought to you by Bold People Get Rich. For more investing knowledge, be sure to visit www.bpgrinc.com.
Institutions have gotten involved, but keep in mind that Bitcoin is a decentralized asset. Decentralized meaning no one controls it, but the people, miners, and people participating in it. Now, if the government wants to shut that down, they can at any time. Let's be real. Let's be honest. I know there's some people out there who are all for decentralization of currency, so they can't control, our money, and they can't find out and track us, and that's not going to be the case. The reality is, we are under the rule of the powers that be, and they're controlling everything. All right, so if you are going to play the money game,
This broadcast is brought to you by Bold People Get Rich. For more investing knowledge, be sure to visit www.bpgrinc.com.
Welcome to Markup Mondays, where every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we analyze the financial markets, educate the community on trading and investing, discuss world news and popular topics. I'm your host, Delonte Brady, Chief Analyst and six-figure earner with Bold People Get Rich, and here are some things you need to know about this broadcast. During the market analysis portion of this call, we often find areas in the market to trade or make our investments. To be updated on these entries, exits, and trade management, make sure you tap the 3 dots on my Facebook page and change following to favorites. This way, you'll never miss an update. To receive investment knowledge, exclusive deals, and updates, click the link tree in my bio and subscribe to our mailing list. If you're viewing this broadcast on YouTube, to be kept up to date, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. This is an event made for the people, by the people, and we love to hear your feedback and answer your questions during the show. So please feel free to comment as often as you like. Lastly, all forms of investing do involve risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Increasing leverage increases risk. Before deciding to trade in any financial market, you should carefully consider your financial objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. Any opinion, news, research, analysis, price valuation, or other information contained in this video does not constitute investment advice. No person or persons in this video is a financial advisor. Welcome to Markup Mondays, everybody. Definitely glad to have everybody on. I'm really excited about tonight's show. We have a very special guest on. But before I get into it, just want to welcome everybody that's on. If you're viewing this live or if you're viewing a recording, go ahead and drop in the comments where you're calling in from. We're going to go over the agenda before we get into it. So before we get into it, the agenda, first thing we're going to do, we're going to be talking to our special guests about relocating to Africa or visiting Africa and just getting a lot of insight, on that country, the motherland, right? Then we're going to get into analyzing pairs. All right. So if you guys have anything that you want me to analyze as far as the financial markets, cryptocurrency, foreign exchange, the indexes, stocks, just go ahead and drop that in the comments. And if we have time, we'll get to it. After that, we'll be getting into the educational gem of the day or the lesson. All right. So I'll be giving a lesson on trading and investing, completely free. Is always valuable. So definitely stick around for that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So I really wanted to bring this person on about, this topic because we actually, her and her husband basically let us know, or they were the first people that we knew of that migrated over there. All right. And they introduced it to us about 5 years ago. We definitely weren't ready back then, but here we are 5 years later. And I'm so glad that they kept doing what they're doing because we've been watching the whole time. And now the time has come where we're really interested as well as a lot of other people, which is why I put on this call. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions and they are going to get answered tonight. Something I want to touch on as far as, before we get into this, I just want to throw out a stat. Out there. So I'm pretty sure everybody knows this, but if you don't, I think it's very important. Out of everything that we know that's going on in America, we know what it's like to be Black in America. We know what that means. The environment is very hostile for us. I mean, it is what it is, and if you can't see it, you're just in denial. But we are 13% of the population. Blacks are 13% of the population. Whites are 64% of the population. Prison population, we make up 40% of the prison population. Whites make up around 40% of the population, and then the Hispanics make up the rest. Why are the numbers so disproportionate? Why is it us being picked on? Why is it us being singled out and targeted? What is it about us, right? And I've for some time I've just felt like America is just not. I don't feel like I belong. Honestly, I don't feel like I belong, and I could really go on a rant. I'm pretty sure most of you on the call feel the same way that I do. What's going on, Rach? What's going on, Denver, Ohio, Cleveland? What's going on, Brandon? What's up, Ray Lee? What's going on, Khalil? What's going on, Alicia? But let's go ahead and get into it. So like I said, this person is very special. Her and her husband are doing very big things over in Africa. I believe it's Senegal. But, like I said, they've been doing it, I believe, for about 5 years at least. That's when they have brought it to us. I'll let her give you guys the details, but they're helping people to transition from America. Anybody who's interested in transitioning or even visiting, right? I know that they do tours and things like that. They have everything broken down. They have a program, whatever it is that you need from step A to step Z. But like I said, I'll let her get into that. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I bring up Miss Aliyah Mahdi. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I can't hear you. Guys, can you hear her? Or is it just me?
I don't know. I'll try again. Just let me know if you can hear me or not. If you can't hear me.
Can you guys hear? Y'all can hear? Okay, so hold on. Let me fix something on my side. It got to be something on my side. Give me a quick second.
How are y'all?
Sorry about that.
Everybody can hear me.
There we go. Everybody can. Now I can hear you. I had to fix something on my side. Can everybody hear me clear? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Well, first off, thank you so much for taking the time to come on. I'm not even sure what time it is over there it's Senegal, right?
Yeah, it's almost midnight. Well, it is midnight actually.
Wow, it's almost midnight. So first off, can everybody drop flames in the chat for Aliyah for even coming on at this time of night? It's 12 o'clock, right? It's 12 o'clock. She has a family and she's doing us a huge favor. Again, I appreciate you for coming on.
No problem. No problem.
So the first thing I want to get into, you know, what was the reason or what made you guys move to Africa? Like, what was it that drove you to make that move, to make that leap?
Well, there were a number of different reasons. I believe you touched on a lot of them in the introduction. But you know, we're very aware, like you said, of the state of the African American in America. Um, my husband and I, we had actually did a lot of traveling prior to making the leap. So we lived in pretty much every major city on the East Coast. We had lived in Miami, we had lived in Memphis, Atlanta, uh, everywhere, Cleveland. We were all over the place. And what we noticed was no matter where we went, Black people were pretty much dealing with the same issues in every city and state, right? And it was like we were getting tired of the repetitive story, and we wanted to seek out more opportunity for not only ourselves but our people. So my husband, he was the one who introduced me to Africa. He had been as a teenager. His mother sent him to study for 1 year, and then he came back. And from there, he was like, "Yo, babe, let's just try Africa." And I was like, "Africa?"
Right.
But yeah, after I had my son, it was pretty much a deal closer. I think it was right around the time that Trayvon Martin had got killed, and some other, you know, young Black men were dealing with their, you know, we were dealing with the whole police brutality thing, but it was really just getting kicked off, you know, at that moment. But at that time, it was like, okay, let's try something different. Let's go do
Right.
something different. So yeah, we did that. We left when my son was 1 year old, and we came to Senegal. We've been here for 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. So a lot of that motivation was fueled by just not wanting to be in a hostile environment, somewhere where you're really not, you know, where you're not wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely can relate to that. You mentioned traveling pretty much all over America, Memphis, Miami, and myself and Rachel, we've done some traveling as well. And we pretty much seen everything that we wanted to see in America.
Yeah.
And now that Africa is on our brain, we like when we get over to that continent, we get to travel instead of traveling America, forget wasting money traveling America. We get to travel in Africa. Now we get to visit all these places that, you know, we've been wanting to visit for so long. And it's right there. We don't even have to leave the continent.
Right. It's so vast. It's so vast. And
Right.
there's so much to see. I mean, man, it's so much to see. We've been putting in a lot of work, so travel has been like minimal, but trust, afterwards, we are definitely taking on some other countries. So,
Gotcha. So everybody who's tuning in right now, if you have any questions as we're going through this, as we're conversating about Africa, if you guys have any questions, any concerns, anything that come up, she's the expert. So go ahead and drop your questions in the comments, and you know I got them pulled up right here. I'll see it, and we'll run it by once we open it up for the Q&A. So the next question I have for you is: was it hard adjusting? Like, what was the adjustment phase like, or the transition phase like?
I wouldn't necessarily say it was hard. It was different, right? It was outside of what we were used to. But for the most part, I would say our transition was pretty smooth. The best part about it, in all honesty, was that we were welcomed with open arms, right? So it had dismantled many of the myths that we had heard, or myself had heard, like Africans don't want to deal with us, or they don't like us, or this or that. By the time we got there, we were so welcome. Like they took good care of us, just like family, and it was like, whoa, this is
Right.
totally different. And yeah, they was like, no, you're a family, and we respect you. Like we have to respect you because you came out of your way to come to Africa. Like you came to actually see and learn about your history and your culture. Like it's not many people who do that.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's actually one of the myths that I'm still finding myself worried about, coming over there and just being rejected or not, them not liking us because we're African Americans. So you're saying that y'all got, welcome with open arms over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Like on a more physical level, I think you and Rachel will probably be good as far as like the food intake.
Right.
Everybody gets sick for the most part.
Right.
Um, Even the vegans that I've met here, like when they come, they get sick. Maybe it's not as bad, but maybe that first week or two, you might get a little queasy. But other than that, you'll
That
be
was
fine.
actually my next question. I was going to ask you, how is the food selection over there for vegetarians and vegans?
Awesome. What? But I'm just saying, yeah, the food here is pretty much all natural, right? You don't have to worry about GMO or none of that. The food is there. Every superfood you can think of is here, so it's actually perfect for vegans.
What, y'all
Um,
hear that? No GMOs. No GM. No G.
yeah,
What?
none of that. So we
Wow.
were just actually on the farm the other day, on Saturday, and we were out there, and I was letting my daughter pick the sour sops off the tree, and everything is out here. We have baobab tree, which is the tree of life. So Besop, all kind of different herbs and fruits and vegetables and things like that.
Cancer killing fruit, alkaline
Absolutely.
fruits, alkaline food, vegetables.
Yep. Yep.
Nice.
Everything. So once you get here, you're gonna naturally heal. You're just gonna naturally heal because the environment is healing. Everything is natural. Even down to the meats for our meat eaters. I don't know if you guys have any here, but there are no there's nothing injected in the meats here. Everything is farm raised. Um, the chicken here is like tiny compared to what you would see in the States. You'd be like, what? This is the chicken?
Right. How
Like,
it's supposed to look.
right,
Right.
exactly. So it's good. The diet here is excellent.
Nice. So what about, I know over here in America, we deal with a lot of, especially with African Americans, high blood pressure, right? Hypertension, diabetes, cancer. Do you see a lot of that over there as well?
Not so much. It is prevalent. It's here. But for the most part, we noticed that those people who are dealing with those issues, mostly it's just because they've taken on an unhealthy diet. I mean, maybe they cook with too much oil, too many saturated fats. Maybe they are eating a whole lot of white sugar, things like that. And you have your unhealthy Africans too. But when you try to stick as close to nature as possible, then you'll be fine.
Gotcha. So we got questions rolling in. So Alicia, she wants to know, did you ever regret leaving America, or have you ever regretted leaving America?
No, never. It was the best. It was probably the best decision I could have ever made for my family, or we could have made together, me and my husband. Um, Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You
Gotcha.
can't. Yeah. No, I'm gonna just leave it at that. No.
Understandable. I haven't heard from the people that I know who have gone over there. Nobody's regretted, leaving, and I couldn't imagine regretting leaving a place like this.
unless you
Yeah,
don't understand where you are. Unless you don't understand where you are, then I can see
right.
that. But
Yeah. For me, a person like me, America gives me anxiety. Like, it's not, and I really don't understand how people live that way on a daily basis. It's literally like a society where they always try to uh, implement fear tactics. And it's just like, how? It's always something going on. And I really enjoy my peace. I really, really value my peace more than anything. So,
I hear that. So Joel wants to know, how is the landscape there?
landscape, it varies. It varies based on where you're located, obviously. Some of the land is drier here because we sit actually very close to the Sahara Desert. So the farther north you go of Senegal, the land is very dry. But then you can go towards the southern side of Senegal and you'll see that it's more rich, more fertile type land. So it varies based on your location.
Okay. And of course, Rachel wants to know, are there gyms in Africa?
She said, "Are there what?
Are there gyms? Are there
Gym?
gyms in Africa? Yeah.
Oh, girl, we're gonna have to talk privately." No, I'm just kidding. No, but of course, yes, there are. There are lots of gyms here. Um, Lots of gym opportunities, lots of mining opportunities. If you want to get into mining, um, yeah, pretty much all across the continent.
Okay. John Williams, he says, I hear a lot about Ghana. Are you familiar with it? And what can you say about that area?
So I have not been to Ghana. I know a lot of people in Ghana. um, but I've heard very good things about Ghana. I've heard, it really is just an example, or yeah, an example of like Black excellence. From what I've seen, everything looks good down there. So we do have team members in Ghana. So if you want to go there and you need some connections, we can definitely plug you in.
Gotcha. Okay. And then we'll get back to the questions in a second, but Joel wants to know, what about gun sales? I'm interested in this too. What about gun sales, concealed carry, open carry? How does that work over there?
Can you repeat that?
What about gun sales? Open
Guns?
carry, yeah, concealed weapons.
Okay, that's a good question. I'm actually not sure because I've never had to even think about a gun here. Um,
Wow, that's deep. That's deep.
yeah, the cops here, they carry guns, but here's a fun fact for you. They only carry one bullet in their gun. They're only allowed to carry one bullet. So it's very, very, very peaceful to a sense where gun violence is non-existent. It
Wow.
doesn't.
You're not the first person I heard say that. We have some friends who I'm actually going to have on next week. So this is the West Side edition of, Repat to Africa. Next week, we'll be doing the East Side edition. And I don't want to separate it like that, but I'm just saying East Coast, West Coast. And he said over there in Tanzania, it's the same thing. The cops are, is really don't have to worry about violence, because that was what I was wondering about. Over here, of course, we're in an environment. I've become a product of my environment. I have to protect myself over here. I feel like I have to protect myself over here. So of course I'm coming over there with that American mindset. Like, I got to protect myself. So am I going to be able to have my weapons? Am I going to be able to have my guns? And he like, it's not like that, over here.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. For a Black man, this is probably the highest level of peace you're gonna get. I'm just like,
Wow.
compared to America, it's no comparison. It's no comparison.
I'm getting more and more excited, about coming over there, because
Yeah,
that in itself, that's one of the biggest things that I worry about over here, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people worry about over here. And
yeah,
you telling me that that's not even that's minute. It's minute over there.
It's not even an issue at all.
Wow, that's a beautiful thing, and I'm glad to hear that.
Hmm.
Blessings. So, uh, you mentioned being like queasy. I'll probably be queasy the first couple of weeks, or will be queasy the first couple of weeks we come over there. What is that from? And then, what common illnesses do we have to worry about coming over to Africa?
Um, the queasiness will just come from some of the different foods that you're gonna eat. Some of them just have like it's just a different bacteria, right? So you'll probably get a little queasy from. Always start with cooked foods first. Try to work your way with the cooked foods into the raw type vegetables and things of that nature, like salads, things like that. Just because generally the salads give you you can almost get sick quicker when you take the salads in, just because of the water and everything that they clean it with. So you got to be really careful with that. So start with the cooked food and then work your way down. Um, and then what was your other question?
Just the illnesses that you have to worry about. What are some common illnesses?
So malaria. People talk about malaria a lot. Malaria is really only prevalent during rainy season, which we're actually coming out of right now. Um, but even malaria is really like a bad flu. So it's not that bad. Right? So for Senegal, that's about it. There are some other countries that have some other issues or diseases that you might want to look into, like yellow fever and things like that. What you can do is you can always go on the website of the U.S. Embassy and choose the African country that you're traveling to before you travel. And then from there, it gives you like all of the vaccinations or medicines that you should take before you arrive into that country. So you can look on there to get the correct information based on the country that you're visiting. Senegal doesn't require any vaccines to enter. Senegal, I would say Senegal is very, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very friendly, travel friendly, especially for a first timer to Africa.
Nice.
Um, no vaccinations required to enter. There's no visa requirement to enter.
Oh,
And it's only an 8 hour flight, right? So it's very, very travel friendly.
an 8 hour flight from America or from like New York?
From New York, yeah.
8 hour flight. Wow, I didn't know it was that close. So
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I'm over here taking notes. I'm supposed to be interviewing you, but I'm like, man,
It's
I should
okay.
have brought my I should have brought my pencil and my journal.
No problem. Yeah, we're considered the door to Africa. So
Wow. Okay. Door to Africa. So you mentioned about the salad, cleaning it with the water, and that brought up a question. So where do you guys get your water supply from, and then how is it like filtrated, purified, things like that?
well, we have a standard water system here, um, but our bodies have just adjusted to it. And they have like their own water supply and the filtration, water companies, and all of that, just like they have it in America. It's just like I said, it's just your body adjusting to those different bacterias. So once you get the bacteria, you're gonna get it little by little based on how you're eating. That's why I say eat. Take everything kind of slow when you come, but
Right.
you're gonna get the bacteria regardless. It's just on how soon you consume it.
Right.
So, once you get it, your body will, like I said, you'll get a little stomach bug, and then once that passes, you're pretty much immune, right? Just like anything else, and it's not a problem at all.
Right.
So,
Y'all hear how she slipped that in there, just like anything else. We're not gonna say the word on this broadcast, but just like anything else, right? That's what the human body does. That's what it was made for. Of course, it may need a little assistance with some things, with some natural herbs and some things that they put in medicine, but the body itself is designed to adapt to almost every sickness. So All right, so I'm gonna head back over to the comments and see if we got any more questions. Denver Wade said, "I have visited Africa and stayed over a month. One of the greatest places to stay or visit. Much respect. Kenya or Nairobi. Food is so amazing. People are the most loving and caring."
Nice, nice.
And then Rachel, she asked, she's so concerned about this too. What kind of animals do you see walking around? What are the squirrels of Africa?
Ooh, well, we haven't seen any squirrels.
No, she's saying
I know.
what are the squirrels, like how we see squirrels here in America? What do you see over there?
Goats, chickens, cows, cats, dogs. That's about it. So that's the norm here.
You heard that, Rach? Goats, chickens, cows. Don't sound like too much to worry about. I know what you probably thinking. So Brian, I hope I'm saying your name right. Brian Francisco II. He says, "What was your preparation process before traveling to the continent, saving money, etc.?" It's a good question, Brian.
That is a very good question. We prepared about a year in advance. So we started prepping, getting our passports and all of that together about a year ahead of time. And then we pretty much just saved whatever we could save. We started getting rid of things that we didn't need, that were unnecessary. We started really minimalizing at that point. Like we just had the basics, the basic necessities. Like
Right.
that's how serious it was for us to get out. It was like, look, this is all we need, and we don't need no cable bill. We don't need no expensive cell phone bills. None of that. We just need, internet, which is going to cover everything. We could watch a couple shows here on Netflix, and then a cheap phone bill, right? I've seen, you can honestly, I think comfortably, if you want to relocate, I would say at least $5,000, right? 3 to $5,000 on the median side, just so you're comfortable, just so you can give yourself time to adjust, right? Not only adjusting to your new environment and culture, but also exploring whatever business opportunities that you plan to get invested in while you're here. So I think that's like a fair number for people to move with, so they're comfortable.
I'm in a. I mean, that sounds good. That sounds right to me. It's funny because me and Rachel were having a conversation last night, and I was like, "Look, because we go out to eat, on Fridays a lot. We order Uber Eats a lot, and it's not really a problem. We still manage money, but why not save money and why not get used to what it's going to be like, living over in Africa?" So I let her know, like, it's time to tighten up on some things. And we just got done with a 7-day fruit cleanse, and we really plan on continuing, eating clean and just getting ready for our transition, to come over there. And we're so serious about it. Like I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to sacrifice everything to get out of here and get there.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. That's the best way to go. Definitely prepare yourself in that manner, almost in the minimalist mindset.
Yep.
Because when you get here, you'll notice that the life here is very, very minimalist anyway. So it is good preparation.
It's gonna be a nice detox from technology, a nice detox from the American lifestyle, just everything. I'm looking forward to it so much.
Awesome. You'll enjoy it. I really do believe you'll enjoy it. I always say you only need to come one time, and once you come, you hooked. So that's
All right,
just the
so
way it is.
let's go check out some of these comments again. So Senegal, Tanya says Senegal is on my travel list. Rachel said no lions, LOL. Donald said a goat shoulder sandwich, huh? Silly. Okay, got you, Brian. Brian Francisco. I apologize. That's how you pronounce it, Brian Francisco. So Kiana wants to know how easy or hard is it to find work over there?
We get this question a lot. Um, it depends on your skill sets and what you're bringing to the table. Africa is not a place that I recommend you just come and try to find a job. It's a place where I recommend you come and offer your services to businesses here as a contractor, just because um, job wages are going to be significantly lower than what you're used to. For any American coming here, come in the mindset ready to either invest or start a business or some type of contract work.
Or have some type of online business already going here in America?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So I want to questions, guys. I want to get to everybody's questions, but we working with limited time. We've already been on for 40 minutes. So what I want to do is, Leah, if you could explain what it is exactly that you and your husband do, the name of your company, and the services you offer. So everybody on here, can write down your information, go to your, whatever pages you got, get your notebooks ready, get your phones ready to jot this information down. Is very important. She is the plug. She is the plug. We talking to the plug right now, right? So yeah, if you could just let everybody know what you guys do, the name of your company, and then just drop the information.
All right. Well, we pretty much do investment and relocation consulting, as well as relocation assistance and travel consulting. Our company is the MadeInAfricaProject.com, or I'm sorry, Made in Africa Project. Our website is the MadeInAfricaProject.com. Pretty much what we've done over the years is we've helped people in getting started, getting their business started in the States. So if you're looking to export goods from Africa, we can help you with export. That can be in fashion, that can be in wellness, whatever you're looking for. We pretty much will put boots on the ground, go find it for you, get you the best price, and then get it exported out to you wholesale. So if you're looking on the retail side of things, that's almost like the entry level of our business. We have our Exodus Repatriation and Investment Club. And in that club, we pretty much offer a lifetime consulting for the diaspora who wishes to return back to the continent. So we pretty much help you from beginning to end as far as like financial planning and all of that, helping you find real estate, land and investment deals, other investment opportunities here on the ground. We even have members who have invested in portions of our business as well, and like tourism, transportation, things like that. And that's pretty much it. We also have the Exodus Alliance, which is a portion of the Made in Africa Project. We are our partner with the UNIA, which was Marcus Garvey's organization. We're also partnered with the Sankofa Repatriation Group, which is based in Ghana. And then we're partnered with the Gullah Geechee Group in Sierra Leone as well. So those are some of our partner countries. We also have partners in the Gambia, which sits right inside of Senegal, but it's English speaking. So we have a lot of people who want to come and check out the English side of things in the Senegal region. So that's pretty much what we do. All of us are working together to help bring our people back to the continent. We're trying to make it as smooth as possible for you, and make the transition as easy as possible for you and put you in the best situation with the best opportunities.
Wow, that's amazing. That is truly doing the good work. Y'all are doing amazing work, and I'm glad to say that we connected. Glad to say we connected.
Absolutely. Thank
So,
you.
So the Made in Africa Project, I just dropped the name inside of the chat, inside of the comments. The Made in Africa Project, and then you said the website is madeinaafrica.com.
MadeInAfricaProject.com.
madeinafricaproject.com. I'm about to drop this in the comments, y'all. Made in Africa project.
Did I mention tourism? That's our other department. Look, we do so much.
Right, which is what I know a lot of people are
I know
looking
you
for.
mentioned that earlier, the
Yeah.
tourism. Yeah, but guys, we mostly work with individuals, and then we love to work with businesses too. Especially in the tourism department, it's much easier. So if you guys are organizing, I'm gonna give y'all a little gem, right? If you guys are organizing families or groups that are interested in coming to Africa, we can pretty much facilitate the whole tour here on the ground. Like, we'll manage the whole project for you. All you have to do is get the people, and it's a great way to earn some extra income and travel at the same time.
Nice. Y'all heard that? She just gave y'all a little gem. All right, I know Tanya is on it. Tanya over there taking notes. Well, we appreciate you, Leah. I appreciate you so much for coming on. I know it's probably 12:40 now. You gotta get some rest. I know you're an important person, got a lot of things to do. You go ahead and get some rest. And again, I can't thank you enough for coming on. And this was so valuable. It's no telling who you may have reached and whose life might change just from this one live. So thank you.
Absolutely. Y'all are who we do it for. Thank you for bringing me on.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Have a good night.
All right. So, man, that was dope. I'm excited. I'm more excited to go visit. I'm more excited to get over there in Africa. I can't wait. I can't wait. We leaving, I believe it's the second week of November. We'll be over there for my birthday. Probably going to stay for, 2 weeks. We're going to do a real life safari. So, Rachel, you're going to have to see some big cats either way it go. We live it. But let's go ahead and get into what we need to do to get to Africa, right? We need to make some money. So let's go ahead and hop on these charts. Guys, get ready. Let's go ahead and review last week. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up last week's highlight. And then the buy zone, I would like to see this head and shoulders pattern fail, this liquidity or this low get taken out. And I would take a buy down here in this zone around price level 1.15 thousand. All right, so entry was missed by a fraction of a pip. Some of you guys may have taken it. For me and the sniper gang, I called out price level 1.16, like 765 or something, and it literally missed it by a pip. But that's a great problem to have, right? Some of you who trade and anybody who's watching this, I know when I first started, I don't know how you guys trading is going, but when I first started, I had worse problems. My trades was going in the wrong direction, period. Right. I didn't have a problem of, trades being missed by a couple pips. So it's cool. We'll get back to it this week. And let's go ahead and get into the charts. Remember, if you guys have anything that you want me to analyze, drop that in the Facebook chats. Whether you watch it from YouTube, the Bold People Get Rich page, go ahead and drop that in the comments and we'll get to that if we have time. But right now, let's go ahead and get into EU. Give me a quick second to share my screen. Well, before we get into EU, let's go ahead and look at the news and see what's going on with news. All right, so here's the economic calendar, what's coming up for this week. Not really a lot of noise coming up tonight. Euro, the only red folder we have is going to be at 5 o'clock in the morning. We got some pound news here, got a couple of orange folders, but I'm not expecting a lot of volatility in tonight's London. Even Wednesday, it's another quiet day. We do have some core inflation and inflation rate news releasing at 8:30 in the morning. So we may see some volatility around that time, something to be mindful of. On Thursday, we do have jobless claims. All right. US news, of course, we're trading EU, the euro versus the dollar. So anything going on with United States economy is going to affect price action on EU. So that's going to be at 8:30 in the morning on Thursday. And then Friday, we have retail sales for the United States dollar, and that's at 8:30 in the morning. So like I said, not a lot of volatility going into tonight's London session. And really all we have to worry about is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 8:30 in the morning during the New York. Expect a lot of volatility during that time. All right, now let's go ahead and get into EU. And we'll get to oil in a second. All right, so EU, here's the buy zone that got missed last night. Honestly, I believe EU is going to continue down. So we're looking for a reaction, or I'm looking to see a reaction off the big figure institutional level here, possibly going to buy from there, but ultimately looking for a sell tonight. All right, and I actually got a couple sell zones. So this is actually going to be the third sell zone up here. I don't see it. I actually don't see it coming up here, but just in case it does, this will be our second sell zone. And then I'm going to go find the sell zone that's probably going to happen during the London, or may happen during the London. It could just continue down because we got a lot of bearish momentum going on right now. All right, so let's go ahead and pan out so you guys can see where we are. Always want to look at the higher time frame and see what's going on from a bird's eye point of view. We are downtrending or distributing currently, but this is a bullish market. Overall, EU is actually consolidating. All right, it's been consolidating since 2015. But if we come currently, we're headed down, and I believe we are headed for this price level here, 1.14 and 1.13. All right, these are the areas that I would actually like to buy from long term. This is where I'm expecting EU to come down to one of these areas and then continue up. That's when I believe the bull market is going to happen. I think what's happening is we're in the last quarter of the year, and I think we're going to finish distributing, and maybe going into 2022, we'll start seeing a bullish market again for EU, and we'll start seeing a bearish market for the dollar. Speaking of the dollar, we always got to analyze the dollar before we get into this sale, right? Because no matter what you're trading, if you're trading against the dollar, you always want to be analyzing the DXY. And this is what's going on with the DXY. All right, we're currently extending. A lot of bullishness going on right now. Next rejection area is more than likely going to be at that 1618. But I see it coming up to this sell area here. I believe we're going to fill this imbalance here, and we're going to get a sell from this area. I believe this is where it'll start selling, which is where EU should start buying. All right, so let's go ahead and drop down to the lower time frames. And this is what's going on with EU on the lower time frames. We are distributing, and we created a trend line, which is something like a trap, right? And we've broken that trend line. All right, so I do believe the market, we looking for a sell for sure. And this is where I want to see it come up to for the sale tonight. All right, so this area right here for the sale. This is going to be the first sell zone. Go ahead and do our sell setup. This will be a short position. All right, and then let's go ahead and put this right above the high. We'll do a 30 pip stop loss. Two positions. First position will go for 20 pips, but the last position will go for just as much, right? 30 pips, 30 pips and out, 20 pips and dip, and then 30 pips at the max. I do see it going lower than that, but this would be a logical place to take profit. Why? Why would this be a logical place? Because it's right at the last low. We have a major low right here. The market completely reversed from here. Right, so we came down here and the market went up, and now we're coming back down towards that area. So more than likely, we'll probably get a bounce. So it would be good to take profit because the market doesn't move like we want it to move or like we visualize it to move. It goes up and down, right? It's a lot of ups and downs on the way up. It's a lot of ups and downs on the way down. So we want to get in and out of the market. So that's the first sell zone. Second sell zone would be right above the stop loss, which is in between price level 1.5890 and 1.1600 or 16,000. All right, 1.16060. And then the third sell zone, I don't see it coming up, within the next couple of days. But that's it. That is it for EU. We are looking for sales. And as far as a buy, I am expecting a rejection from price level 1.1500 or 1.15,000. So expecting a buy from this level here, and we're expecting a sell. First sell zone here, second sell zone above the stop loss. Same trade setup down here. If this presents itself later on in the week, as long as it's within the trading window, Sniper Gang, you already know. We'll do a 20 pip stop loss on this and a 20 pip take profit. So just expecting a reaction off of that. Because remember, I'm expecting it to continue selling off, and anything that's going back up, I'll be expecting to look for another sale. All right, so that is it with EU. Let me go ahead and put this out there. First sell zone here, second sell zone up here, and buy zone here. Just looking for the reaction. All right, and let me check the comments real quick. All right, John said, gold, got you. All right, before we get into gold, let's go ahead and look at Ripple, see what's going on. All right, so Ripple looks like it's gearing up to clear the last high. I know Bitcoin cleared 57,000 today, and the other cryptocurrencies kind of just stayed in the same zone. We do have this head and shoulders pattern, and I really don't like head and shoulders pattern. From the higher time frame, it may be successful, but I would prefer it to come down here before I bought again. We're already in Ripple, so we don't need to. We're not looking to take any more positions right now, unless it comes down here to 86 cents. If it comes below 86, 85 cents, then we will take another position. Let me pull up my other chart. Sorry. But where it's at right now, yeah, I want to see it clear this high. We're still waiting on it to clear this high right here. If we clear $1.40, $1.42, we clear this high and we reject from this area, I will be looking to buy on the pullback if we come back down to $1.30. So I want to see it push up, make a bull run up to about $1.50, $1.55, and then I want to see it pull back down to about $1.30, and then that's when we'll get in again. So that's Ripple. Same thing with Cardano. Where you see this target mark at, that's where I called out. I called that out publicly on Facebook. I let everybody know that we were getting in. So it did go up and it's starting to consolidate right now. It may come a little lower than that. And if it does, we'll buy again in between $1.76 and $1.84. And if it drops even lower, we'll buy again at $1.50, and then that'll be the last for Cardano as far as buying. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at SHIB. SHIB is just, this is going crazy. Y'all believe we got in, let me see, it was September. I got in SHIB September 4th. So somewhere down here, we got in SHIB somewhere down here, September 4th. And that joint ran up, took profits, and then when it pulled back, took the profits that we made from the first run up and bought more. And it's just, you know, continuing up. So I'll just hold on to that. Let's go ahead and get into gold. All right, so for those of you who don't know, gold pretty much moves along the same lines as EU. All right, this is XAU USD is gold against the American dollar. So if the American dollar is gaining strength, then gold is going to be bearish and distributed. So with EU headed down, I believe that gold is headed down. And the evidence, all right, we had a sell zone here last week, John, where they pushed up, they pushed the market up. This was a news release, and then they dropped the market right back down. So they came back up and they mitigated in this area. Whatever dealings they had going on over here, they came up and they went down. And this is kind of like a telltale sign that this is now headed for these lows here. And then my next area would be here where I would see like a major rejection. But even if we reject here, I'm still expecting it to come clear this low here. All right, so I would be looking for sales on gold. And depending on, you know, if you're going to hold for the day, hold for the week, whatever your targets are, this is the low I would be targeting if I was holding it, you know, for a longer amount of time. Let's drop down to the lower time frame, see if we can find the setup. All right, we got some clear liquidity here. And then I got a purple box here, so more than likely it's a mitigation area there. This was a trend that they've come down and cleared out. Like I said, next target is these lows down here. And we got more imbalance to fill. So yeah, I would be targeting this green box to take profit. And then let's go ahead and drop down to the 15-minute. Yeah, I would be targeting this purple zone for a sell right above these highs. But knowing gold, I would just keep in mind that we do have some imbalance here. It moves a little different from EU. So sometimes it could stretch a little more than EU. So keep in mind that we do have this imbalance here, and it may come back up into this red zone. But my first sell zone would be here at this purple box. All right, so sell zone. And my second sell zone would be here. All right, so that's it, John. Around price level, let me get my crosshair, in between price level 1761, which is actually at a, you already know that's a big figure institutional level there. Or let's call it 1762. 1762 and 1764. And then second sell zone would be 1771, between 1771 and 76. All right. We good, John? What you think about that? Go to the comments. All right, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the gem of the day, the trading gem of the day. And this is for the working person, the person who works. Anybody out there who believes you have to quit your job to learn how to trade, or that you have to have a lot of money to begin trading, I want to bust that myth right now. I know a lot of people who actually stopped their kids from trading just because they believed it took a lot of money, and, you know, just not being educated on the subject. But first thing I want to let y'all know is you can start a trading account with as little as $10. All right. And if you're not greedy and trying to get into this and try to make a whole bunch of money really fast, you would understand that even getting into it with $10, you know, maybe you may not make a lot of money, but you can begin to learn the markets with some skin in the game. But what this lesson is about is, like I said, for the working person. You do not have to be in front of the computer to actually participate in the foreign exchange market. Did y'all know that? Did you know you don't have to actually like press buttons to participate in the foreign exchange market? You don't always have to be in front of the screen. So you guys see me do this all the time. I come on every Monday. I pick out spots in the market that I would like to enter, and they're usually far away from where price is currently at. It's usually something that takes a couple days, or, you know, it takes some time for price to get to that area. And when you trade like that, when you work, this is really beneficial to the person who works. We have what's called limit orders, and then we have market execution. All right. And the difference between market execution and limit orders is market execution means I see price at an area and I want to get in right then and there. So I go in there and I press a button and boom, I'm in the market. And most people believe that that's how we operate and that's how we trade, when it's not. My trading style actually calls for limit orders. I rarely go market execution. A lot of my stuff just happens while I'm, you know, doing something, while I'm working out, while I'm asleep. All right. And with these limit orders, they're called buy limits and sell limits. And what you do is, let's say the market is trending up, right? So we see this pattern. It goes up, it came down, it went up, it came down. If it goes up, if this is an uptrend, more than likely, we're going to get the same type of behavior that we got previously. So if I set an area in the market, right, let's say this didn't happen yet. And let's say I say, you know what, once price comes up to this price level, I think when it gets here, I have evidence. I see some support, some previous support to the left. I got some evidence of why this should happen. Once price gets to this area, I want to enter the market. So what I would do is set what's called a sell limit. All right, so this would be a sell limit. And what I would do is I would set what the lot size would be. I would set what my stop loss would be. I would set the take profit. So what happens is the market will come up and I'm asleep. Once the market clears this and then comes back down, it activates this order. And now I'm in the sell, and I was asleep. I didn't even do anything. And as the market is going down, I'm making money. And if I have my level set, right? Let's say I wanted to take profit at this low right here. Let's say this was the take profit. It's color coded. this was to take profit. Once it comes down here, boom, it's going to close my order out, close everything out, add the money to my account, and that's it. And all I did was set the levels. I just set the level I wanted to take profit and the level that I wanted to enter. Now, of course, you also want to have a stop loss set. You know, we big on risk management just in case, right? Maybe this scenario doesn't happen. To protect yourself from losing all of your money in your account while you sleep, you set a stop loss. And as the market, you know, trends up, of course, you'll see your equity going down. And what it'll do is it'll stop you out and it subtracts the money from your account, whatever you risk for that trade. And then that's it. It closes the order out. You're no longer at risk of losing any more money, even if the market continues to go up, right? It's a lot of people who this happens to them and they don't have a stop loss set. And that's where blown accounts come from. A buy limit works the same way. All right, so I would be expecting the market to come down to an area and reject from it. And when the market comes through, it's not activated yet. Even though it went through it, it doesn't activate until it comes back up. All right, now this buy limit is activated. I am in that order. I'm in that trade. And that's it. I set my take profit, my stop loss, and I let the order run. All right, and that's how buy limits and sell limits work. And that's just one set of limit orders. They also have buy stops and sell stops, which I really don't teach because my trading style doesn't call for buy stops and sell stops. But those are buy limits and sell limits. And that's how you can actually trade and make money while you're doing whatever, washing dishes, sleep, at work. All right, once you learn how to trade, you'll learn how to actually just set orders and just, you know, let the trade and let your account do its thing. But that is it. I hope I provided value. If y'all got value from this live, if y'all got value from Leah, if y'all got value from, you know, the financial portion of this call, go ahead and drop flames in the Facebook or I'm sorry, drop flames in the comments, whether you viewing from YouTube, Facebook. But I want to appreciate everybody for hopping on. Again, I hope everybody got value. We do this every Monday night at 8 p.m. All right. Next week, we're doing Repat to Africa, the East Side edition. All right. So we're doing the same thing. Y'all about to hear another point of view. You guys heard from Leah tonight. Y'all heard about Senegal. Next week, you're going to hear about Tanzania. All right. We're going to hear about Tanzania, which is on the East Coast, right? The lower southern East Coast of Africa. All right. So make sure you guys tune in next week. I appreciate everybody for coming on. Everybody enjoy the night, get some rest, stay safe, stay dangerous. Peace.